to Isha ji for being here with us today. First of all, how I came to know about this book. So I was following Robin Sharma for quite a good time, since last 7-8 years. So and then I did one of his course also. That was an online course for about 3 months. So I did that course. So after that he used to write it should be like a generic mail, but that mail comes to me with my name. So once he sent one mail, and there he mentioned that top 20 books which I like. And on those top 20 books, this book was, I believe, second or third number. And by the name, I could not guess that how this book is like, and I have never actually heard about this book. And there is also one book which he has mentioned on number 1, and I have never read about that book. In journals or articles, I have never read about the name of that book. So then I immediately ordered through Amazon, and this book came. And you know, name is little bit different, like Jonathan, Livingston, Seagull. You cannot anticipate how this book would be like. So it is a very interesting book, and the book is written by a Richard Bash, who is a fighter plane pilot. And you know, the book is about, you can say it's about seagull. Seagulls are birds who lives nearby beaches, okay? And most of these birds actually fly up to a very low level, some 20-30 feet, and most of their job was to depend on the leftover foods left by these boats and all that. So this particular seagull, whose name was Jonathan, she in her childhood only, she found that this is such a boring task to live on this leftover food, only to go over there, see what has been left over and eat it, and then come again on the beach. So she finds something in her heart that we have a capability of flying, and I should improve this capability. So what she did, she started flying high. Although there was a limit for all the seagulls, that this is the limit where we should fly, we should not go beyond that, because if you go beyond that, there is a risk of getting hurt. But she tried her level best, and one fine day she was actually what happens that the person who has written is a fighter plane pilot. So he is written in such an engineering way that he mentioned the speeds also and the risk with that speed. So when you come down from a very big height at a very high speed, the risk is that your feather may blown away at that speed. So but this bird tried a lot, and then she reached up to the height of say 500 meters, 600 meters, and when she came from that particular height, her speed was somewhere around 100 miles per hour to the seashore. So one fine day when she landed on the sea, her actually these wings got hurt badly. And it was also seen by the community of these seagulls as she is doing something different, which is not actually applied to our caste. So one fine day that when she was actually taking a flight, and she actually dashed down to the flock of the seagull. So immediately these seagulls did a community meeting, and they decided to outcast him. So this particular seagull was removed from his community, and finally he has also mentioned that how pathetic it was to be part of his community, and how emotional stress were there. But finally she felt that I am right somewhere, and this was bound to happen. And then she felt that now, since I am alone, I can do it much better. So she again tried to, you can say, challenge her own limits, and she reached up to a level where a normal seagull cannot even think of. So then she was on a different shore. There she found some new seagulls, and who are also a kid, and they were also aspiring for this. So she started training those seagulls, and a small community like HYS has been developed over there. Okay, and she has become like a teacher for these new seagulls. And the writer has so particularly mentioned that this particular group has become a very vast group, vast community. And slowly, and when this Jonathan finally died off, they made a temple out of Seagull. Jonathan, her name, that temple name was Jonathan. And then finally writer has mentioned that slowly what happened, some 10 years, 20 years down the line, all the new community members, they were not actually interested in what Jonathan has done. They were interested in what she likes, what she ate, okay. Then they used to garland they actually fixed a day, Wednesday, for coming to the temple. What happens actually really in our societies? So the central message is that we all have this particular hidden interest in our heart, or you can say hidden desires in our heart, which we do not follow because of our social conditioning or the social pressure. And there are few who follows, and definitely there are pains associated with this particular approach. But ultimately, if you find that firing passion which is there in your heart, this is how you can create impact in society also and live up to your expectations. That is the central message.